Hey guys, I'm Nikki Sizemore. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite side dishes using a vegetable that you're probably overlooking. I'm going to show you how to make roasted cabbage wedges. Not only that, we are going to top it with an optional but seriously delicious warm bacon vinaigrette. So you might have tried roasting cauliflower, roasting broccoli, but if you haven't tried roasting cabbage, now is the time. So what happens when you roast the cabbage is that the outer layers of the cabbage get really crispy and nutty, kind of like roasted kale, where the inside turns tender and sweet. So you've got all these different flavors and textures happening at once. You can serve the roasted cabbage wedges just as they are, as a really, really tasty side dish. But I like to elevate things, and that's what we're going to do by making a quick warm bacon vinaigrette. This vinaigrette is so good. You can also serve it with spinach salads or hearty greens. I even drizzle it over fish. Today, we are just going to serve it over that roasted cabbage. This is such an elegant but dynamic side dish. You can serve it with just about anything: fish, chicken, sausages. I love it with corned beef on St. Patrick's Day. My mission is to convince you that cabbage is not just for coleslaw. I can't wait to show you how to make these roasted cabbage wedges. So let's head to the kitchen. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on any of my wholesome, family-friendly, and naturally gluten-free recipes. If you click the little notification bell, you'll be notified every time I post a new video. You're going to need one small head of green cabbage, and the first thing we're gonna do is just cut that in half. Work your large chef's knife around the cabbage and then place it flat side down, trim off those ends, and we're going to cut the cabbage into 1-inch wedges. Anytime you're working with round vegetables or really any foods, you want to create a flat surface to work off of. This is just going to make it easier to slice and a lot safer as well. Now that all of our wedges are ready, we are going to transfer them to a parchment-lined baking sheet. You want these wedges in an even layer. And by the way, you can do the same recipe with red cabbage as well. Now drizzle those wedges with a tablespoon of neutral vegetable oil like a safflower, sunflower, or grapeseed, and then use your fingers to rub that oil all over the cabbage wedges and sprinkle them evenly with salt and pepper. Flip the wedges over, and we are going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So drizzle them with another tablespoon of oil, rub that oil all over the cabbage wedges, and then season them up. All right, the cabbage wedges are ready to go. So we are going to roast these in a 450-degree oven. While the cabbage roasts, let's get started on that optional but oh so delicious bacon vinaigrette. I've got 4 slices of bacon that I chopped up, and we're going to cook this over medium-low heat until that bacon is nice and crispy. Transfer the bacon to a paper towel lined plate to let it drain. And then we're going to actually lighten up this vinaigrette. So instead of using all of that bacon fat, we only need a tablespoon. That's gonna give us plenty of flavor. And then we'll supplement with some extra virgin olive oil. This will create a lighter dressing. Now add a small diced shallot, and we're just gonna cook this for a minute or two until the shallot is softened. Pour in sherry vinegar, and then you want to get in there with your wooden spoon and scrape up all of those brown bits on the bottom of the skillet, because those brown bits equal flavor. Remove the skillet from the heat, and we're just gonna finish this off with a couple teaspoons of Dijon mustard and a teaspoon of maple syrup. The mustard is going to help thicken the vinaigrette, and the maple syrup is going to add a touch of sweetness. It pairs so well with the cabbage. Season it with salt and pepper, and this is ready to go. And you can actually make this an hour or 2 ahead of time. Just leave it at room temperature. Now let's check on that cabbage. It is looking great. It's been about 25 minutes. At this point, we're not quite done yet. Remove the pan from the oven and flip those wedges over. This is just going to help them cook a little bit more evenly. If some of them fall apart, it's no big deal. Just kind of bunch them back together, rearrange them as necessary, and then we'll cook them again for 5 to 10 minutes longer until they're tender. The roasted cabbage wedges are browned, they're crispy on the edges, tender on the inside. This is unlike any other cabbage you will ever eat. I think it's much more delicious. I have to say that while I love that sweet, tender center, I especially love those super dark, crispy leaves. They're so good. So just pile these on a serving platter. You can serve them just like this, but we're gonna take it over the top and drizzle it with that bacon vinaigrette. If you make the vinaigrette ahead of time, just reheat it gently on the stovetop before serving. Now sprinkle the cabbage with that cooked bacon, and then if you'd like, you can garnish with some chopped chives. This adds just a little bit more flavor and a pop of color. Oh my goodness. Okay, is there anything better than cabbage with bacon? I think not. This is one of my favorite side dishes. I think it's going to surprise you with its depth of flavor, and I hope it'll make you fall in love with cabbage. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope I have inspired you to give these roasted cabbage wedges a try. I have included a link to the full recipe below, and I've also included a link to my website where you can find a ton of other side dishes, main courses, desserts, you name it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.